Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. They were just politicians being politicians. You have to take hard calls. These guys will burn France, they will burn Europe. Would you open your doors, your home doors, to allow these people to stay in your house? If not, why are you opening the doors of your country? Which means you treat your home and your country differently. Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav Arya and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, and especially those friends who have subscribed to the channel but not pressed the bell icon. You see, this is how you get notifications. So you must press the bell icon if you want to get notifications. We release a fresh video every single day. So friends, there is some news from France which I wanted to share with you and also discuss with you, in the sense that these are my thoughts, my analysis on this whole issue, and do feel free to write down in your comments. The French judges have said that there will be no more protests. And there is a reason why, because the French police is overwhelmed with the kind of protest that is happening. They don't have enough troops, they don't have enough policemen on the ground, they don't have enough equipment, because essentially police anywhere in the world is a force that looks after law and order. It looks after the application of the law on ground. These attacks which have happened on various French buildings are almost military in their precision. So such precise attacks done with such kind of precision, I don't know. And I'm not sure, to be very honest with you, I'm not sure if you think, or if anybody thinks, that this is spontaneous, and nothing is spontaneous. Ian Fleming, the writer of James Bond, he once said something which is, this is taken in Godfather, and my old CO, commanding officer, used to quote this very often. Colonel Pathak, now deceased, God bless his soul, used to say this. But the original saying of Ian Fleming is like this, that he said that if it happens once, it is happenstance. 2, if it happens for the second time, that is, it is coincidence. But the third time, it is enemy action. So consistently, targets are being chosen, targets are being attacked. This is not an attack on a shop or a library or a church or a shopping mall. This is an attack on France. Now, who are the enemies of France who are using these refugees and these immigrants, many of them illegal, to hit France where it hurts France? Now, this judge said, we will not give you the permission to protest. And then the immigrants who were burning France, they were burning France down. They actually petitioned the court that this, what you're saying, is against the French constitution. It is against the French idea of liberty, fraternity and equality. It is against the French idea of democracy. It is against French values. My friends, can you wrap your head around this hypocrisy? Can you imagine the scale and the scope of this hypocrisy? Essentially, these guys are saying that it is a democratic right to burn down France. I again say the killing of the 17-year-old young man, Nahel, was absolutely wrong, and the policeman must be punished. Many people say that it's not his fault, irrespective of the fact whether it's fault or not. I'm not getting into that. Because of him, because of his decision, a young man died. That's it. And as far as I'm concerned, that proves his guilt. The maximum quantum of punishment under French law must be given to that policeman. But these rioters also must be identified and the harshest possible punishment given to them. And so many of them who've come, the French now need their own version of the NRC. This is something that I'm saying with a great deal of responsibility. I appeal to the French government. You need your own version of the NRC. You need to weed out these elements who have infiltrated from abroad, who are a cancer in the French society. Weed them out, throw them back to the hellholes from where they came. They're doing no good to France. And this entire thing that, oh, come on, we love you, we'll accept everybody. No, you must. It's your home. It's your home. Who you accept in your home. You see, and this I would tell Europe. Have the same standards for your country that you have for your home. Why do you have different standards for your country and different standards for your residence or your home? Why? Will you let any riffraff enter your house? You will not. Will you let anybody without checking his antecedents enter your house and be a guest and stay at your home? No. You would have your parents there, your wife there, your kids there, everybody there, maybe your siblings there. Would you allow people into your homes? And if your answer is no, I would like to ask Europeans, not just the French, but Europeans in general. If your answer is no, why do you have different standards for your country? Is your country not your home? Would you allow anybody to come and live in your country? And what France is facing, UK will face tomorrow. Canada will face tomorrow. All because of a few votes, because your politicians sold your country and wanted to get votes. They just wanted to seem statesman-like. They were just politicians being politicians. You have to take hard calls. These guys will burn France, they will burn Europe. Friends, I often tell the story about, Bruce Wayne, Batman, right? And his butler Alfred, who's from the SAS, Special Air Service, a former Special Forces operator, who's retired and now a butler, and he serves billionaire Bruce Wayne, who is Batman. Now, he's narrating a story in one of the movies, and it's a lovely scene which I'll never forget throughout my life. It's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. He says that he was in Burma when he was serving with the SAS. So Alfred was in Burma, and there was a patrol, they would go and they were chasing a warlord. This warlord was killing people, he was burning villages, and they were just chasing him everywhere and they could not catch him. And months and months and months they were jungle bashing without any result. And one day, Alfred and his team were passing through a village in Burma. And while they were passing through the village in Burma, they saw a small boy playing with a ruby. He says the size of a tangerine, which is like this big, okay? He's playing with a ruby this big. And he asks the small child, in this movie, he's narrating the story that I asked the small child, where did you get it from? And he said, the warlord just threw it away and, I picked it up. So Bruce Wayne, who's actually Batman, he asks Alfred, he says, Alfred, what are you trying to tell me? What are you saying here? That what has this got to do with the story? And so Alfred, the butler, he tells him, Master Bruce, there are some people who just want to see the world burn. There is no logic. There is some insane hatred for the other. They just want to see the world burn. This is what I want to tell the people of Europe. Go and watch this movie. There are some people who just want to see the world burn. They don't want to see progress. They don't want to see literacy. They just want to see the world burn. It comes from here. And there is nothing that you can do and change it. If you want, I'm saying there are so many brilliant people in this world. People belonging to all religions. Hindus, Christians, Muslims, Sikhs, Jains, Buddhists. So many other religions. Get the best people to your country. Get the finest brains to your country. Europe. Don't get into this extreme left liberal politics and say, I'm opening my doors. Would you open your doors, your home doors, to allow these people to stay in your house? If not, why are you opening the doors of your country? Which means you treat your home and your country differently. And that is where Europe is wrong. Now, in another news, there is a meeting between Beijing's top diplomat, Wang Yi, and India's External Affairs Minister, S. Jaishankar, in Jakarta, in which Wang Yi told Dr. Jaishankar that, specific issues should not define Indo-Chinese ties. When he said specific issues, he meant the entire face-off along the line of actual control. And I'll take a few minutes and delve deeper into it and sort of try and analyze it for you. Why is China saying this? It's very interesting. Just wait. So it says that External Affairs Minister had in talks with visiting Chinese Foreign Minister Qin Gang in March and May, underlined the importance of peace on LAC as a prerequisite for normalcy. And so they said that in Friday's talks, the Chinese Foreign Ministry said in a statement on Saturday had been held at India's request. And Jaishankar said both sides had discussed outstanding issues related to peace and tranquility. Now, I'll tell you, basically what has happened is that China is extremely, extremely upset. They thought I'm talking about the Chinese Communist Party, not the people of China. The Chinese Communist Party thought that we will keep on pushing India at the line of actual control, the LAC, which is around 3,600, 3,800 kilometers, really long line of actual control. The sort of de facto border, it's not a border actually. It is perceptional, but let's just, for the sake of calling it, let's call it a border. They thought that India will engage because we are engaging with India. India will also engage there. What India did was, of course, India engaged along the Himalayas. Of course. But India did not stop there. India started hitting China methodically and financially. And this is starting to hurt China very badly. The Chinese economy, ladies and gentlemen, is not doing very well. A lot of Indians say, oh, China is so big. Relax. Relax. 40 years back, there was no great China. And after 20 years, there isn't going to be any great China. Friends, there are so many people in India who say, oh, China's rise has been phenomenal. And what do you think? Can you just do this and do that and get China down on its knees? The answer is yes. The true answer is yes. And the thing is that China's rise, ladies and gentlemen, has been built on fakery. It has been built on intellectual property right theft, and it has been built on contract manufacturing. Now the West is wisening up very fast. There are smart guys there in Europe and America. They're wisening up very fast. So they said, we will not allow Chinese researchers and scholars to study cutting-edge technology because they're thieves, the Chinese. They'll just steal it and take it back to China and build it at 1/10 the price. That is what the Chinese do. They don't invent anything. They don't have any so-called big brands to talk about. Very few big brands, especially in the electronics field. Otherwise, in China, you'll realize that not many of them do stuff like that. All right. Now, the next step. What are the Chinese doing here? The Chinese are taking brands from America and from Europe and manufacturing their products in China and sending them back to America. So they're making money both ways and they're getting rich and they are buying weapons from that money and again threatening the West from where they made the money in the first go. Now the thing is that with the decoupling, China is getting very agitated. They don't know how to respond to this because they thought that like before, like in 1962 the Chinese attacked and we also held, and 67 they attacked and we also did this and that. And Chinese thought that it is the same India. Now what India is doing is we banned those apps which hit China very badly. Then after that what we started doing was one by one we started hitting Chinese companies in India. There were enforcement directorate raids. And the Chinese are, they don't know how to react. And then the US says, or American companies like Apple, they say that now we are going to start manufacturing in India. Tesla says we are setting up a plant here. Tesla is testing the waters. Tesla will set up a plant here. When Tesla sees the excellent infrastructure in India, the entire ecosystem in India, India's next step will be to tell Tesla to get more and more manufacturing here, more and more. And many other countries like that, which are essentially American or European, will break away and come to India or any other country. Any company that moves out of China and goes everywhere outside, anywhere outside. They could come to India, they could go to the Philippines, wherever. It's a win for India because it weakens China. And this is what China does not like. And this is exactly what Prime Minister Modi had done when he went to the United States of America and met Joe Biden. That was the aim. I'm telling you, that was never the stated aim, never came out in the joint statement, but I'm telling you this was the aim. Make in India. When you make in India, there are two large manufacturing powerhouses now in the world. There is China, obviously at the top, and India, which is an upcoming powerhouse. When products and manufacturing move from here to here, obviously China loses, and that is the entire game. The last news, ladies and gentlemen, is India blocks China-Pakistan move to have BRI in NAM papers. Now, the non-aligned movement, very old movement, and India has been part of it for decades and decades now. India employed its deft diplomatic skills to nix efforts by Pakistan, backed by China, to include the Belt and Road Initiative and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor in the non-aligned movement document at a recent ministerial meet of the grouping in Baku, capital of Azerbaijan. So, here is what is happening. India was also successful in nixing the efforts by Pakistan at China's behest to include reference to South China Sea disputes in the NAM document. Pakistan has taken money from China and Pakistan agrees to be used as a proxy by China. So that is all. So Pakistan has a vote, unfortunately, and China will say, take money and say yes, sir. And that is what Pakistan is doing here. But what they have actually done here is, by deft diplomatic maneuvering, India has said that the mention of Belt and Road Initiative and China-Pakistan Economic Corridor will not be a part of the document at a recent ministerial meeting of the grouping in Baku. I'm talking about the non-aligned movement, right? And also Southeast Asian states who are members of NAM and party to the South China Sea dispute. They worked closely with India to defeat plans by Pakistan. And you see, this entire thing about get South China Sea dispute in the NAM document, all right? And get that reference there. Why is Pakistan doing it, and what does Pakistan have to do with the South China Sea? Pakistan is nowhere related to the South China Sea. Pakistan does not have the navy which can reach the South China Sea. They'll run out of petrol by the time they cross the alignment of Mumbai or Goa. They don't even have the fuel to go around and then go there. They don't have that kind of money. I don't know why Pakistan is getting so involved. Pakistan, no art diplomacy. You have no diplomacy, Pakistanis. You have nothing. You only have a begging bowl. Why do you use these big words? Why should you use this jargon? Diplomacy, deft diplomacy, or national interest. You have no national interest apart from dollars. You have no national character apart from begging. Why are you getting involved in all this nonsense? Why are you acting above your pay grade? India will sort it out with China. So what India has done is fantastic. India has nixed Pakistan's efforts to get this mention of the Belt and Road Initiative and the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor in the non-aligned movement document and the meeting that was held in Baku that I discussed. And this is how China wants to, normalize things. Belt and Road, get it mentioned here. South China Sea dispute, use Pakistan, get it mentioned. So they can use that and then mention it as a sort of accepted dispute and say that, no, this is China's claim and this is China's claim, etc. India has nixed it. Well done, India. Well done, Dr. S. Jaishankar, and well done, the Foreign Ministry of India. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of this video. If you like this video, press like, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Extremely important. Press that bell, ding dong. All right? Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, and Bharat Mata Ki Jai.